Good evening, my beautiful brothers and sisters in Jesus. Today is Tuesday, the 4th of June 2024. It is 9:29 p.m. here in Australia. I hope you're all very well and I hope you've been blessed. Sorry about my absence for a past little while. I got a ban from YouTube for a week, so hopefully that's all good now. So I've been doing lots of study and I hope you guys have been as well, because the disclosure of information right now is absolutely beyond our imagination. It's very exciting. So I'm not entirely sure how long this video will be tonight, but there's a few things that is really on my heart that I want to talk to you about. And it's pretty much a 180 from what I used to preach here and teach on YouTube. So, but I feel like it's necessary that we talk about it and we at least explore it, because we are living in a very, very, very bizarre time at the moment, and it seems to be that all the lies that were hidden are now being revealed. So with that being said, let's jump into this video. So there's quite a few things I want to show you and share with you. The first thing I want to share with you is a TikTok video. And after we watch this video, I want to talk about it because this has really made me think. So we'll just get straight into this.
I've been rabbit holing again. The other day I made a video about how our calendar actually used to have 13 months, each month having 28 days. But then in, I think it was 1583, the Pope put forth the Gregorian calendar. And I learned some new things, some more information about this today. And I'm a little unwell at how this is tying together, but I'm going to share it. I'm going to share a couple clips in this video from other videos that I have watched on this topic, and then I'm going to tie them together for you. Okay. But first, did you even know that you could go back in your calendar on your phone to the year 1582, and you can see that they erased, they deleted, they just got rid of 2 weeks of time. Okay, so keep that in mind, because what I'm about to show you is all going to make sense in the end, I promise. So stick with me. So this first clip is a creator who is talking about how much time we've lost overall since the change of the calendar. And okay, just watch this first clip.
Living in it at once, but then I saw this comment. So if we're in 2014, according to your calendar, 2020 Gregorian calendar corresponds to 2012 your calendar, when the truth started to come out and people woke. So the Mayans were right. COVID really put everyone in 2020. Using your calendar, that means that the year 2012 was the end of the world. Mind blown. Okay, so of course I had to look up when our calendar started. It was in 1582. Ethiopian calendar started around AD 400. So they are obviously way more correct than we are. How many years did we lose switching to the Gregorian calendar? 8 years. We're lost in translation when the switch to the Gregorian calendar was made to in the 15th century. And if you guys remember, the Mayan calendar says that the end of the world would be on December 21st, 2012. And even according to the Julian calendar, that would be on January 21st, 2020, when COVID was at its peak. So I'm freaking out in the middle of the night, and I messaged my dear friend JK Ultra Jen. If you guys aren't following her, please go follow her, who's super into all this stuff. And I was like, girl, I'm sure you know this, but did you know this? And her and I are both freaking out because we didn't know this. So she goes and converts what day is December 21st, 2012 in the Ethiopian calendar. What does it calculate to us? December 31st, 2019. So the last day of the world, according to the Mayan calendar, was on December 21st, 2012, if we had kept up with the original calendar. But because we switched it, it was December 31st, 2019. So in 2020, the new world started. So we have already shifted into a new dimension. And this is why everything is so different. This makes so much sense. Are you guys freaking out? Because I'm freaking out.
Okay, now this next clip is from a video on Rumble, a interview with Carrie Cassidy, and she is interviewing a whistleblower who worked for the CIA, who was charged with finding an alternate option to the one and only option that the elites, actually the deletes. Side note, on my full moon video, one of my followers commented that she calls them the deletes instead of the elites, and I think we need to make that a thing. Okay, so he talks about how he got hired by the deletes to come up with an alternative outcome to our future timeline, because they were conducting Project Looking Glass, and they were using all these looking glass, these supercomputers, as well as something called the yellow cube or the yellow book, to predict the future. And then they were looking at all the possible scenarios and timelines, and then picking the one that was the most successful for them and following those steps. But then it all came to a halt because all these looking glass is at one point decided there was only one possible outcome left, and they were all saying the same thing. So this guy was hired to try and find a loophole, to find any other alternative to what these were telling them, the one outcome, the only possible outcome that could happen. Okay, so now with all of that, watch this clip.
People, very smart people, began to figure out that something big was coming up. Something that made it so all the possibilities of all the future scenarios of any choice, any possibility that was fed in and observed through the looking glass inherently ended up in the same future. And no decision, no possibility changed past a certain point. That's the big secret.
Okay, so is that certain point over your understanding?
It well coincides with December 21st, 2012.
So at that point, all possibilities lead to the same
Timelines. All possible timelines lead to the same basic set of history in the future.
And what is that history? Did you know that, or did you find that out?
That is the big question. That is the big secret. That is what sends everybody that has all of the information, that knows everything, into a blind panic. The people that know everything about Looking Glass, that have gotten all the reports and all the information, the elites of the world, probably figured out that that was the end of the game. And nothing could be manipulated beyond that point.
So do you think that's held true? In other words, well, I have about 60 questions, but do you think that's true, or hold it true, that nothing can be manipulated, that they have found a way to manipulate, that that's still the case, it's still an end game, it's still, they cannot go beyond a certain point?
At a certain point, after they're done hearing the computer tell them, this is what's going to happen, over and over and over and over again, all they become focused on is, how do we fix it?
Why? What is this that's going to happen?
The inevitable contraction of the timelines.
But what does that mean for this reality? Do you know that?
I don't know that. What I do know is that I was called in and asked to solve this problem, this timeline contraction problem. And I eventually did my due diligence and did all the investigating, and basically only had one piece of information, and that was reinforcement. The computer's right. The timelines will contract down to some inevitable thing that you guys won't tell me about, so I can't help you.
But is it what you're basically, you came back with was, it is inevitable.
There's an inevitable event. It's been forecast, it's been predicted, it's been fed to us in a slop trough of what they want us to believe will happen.
But they don't have
However, they don't actually have control over what happens. They only have control over the reaction, and it seems that no matter what they try to do to cause their desired reaction, it's going to have an opposite effect.
Interesting.
Now, it's much, much easier for me to explain today what that process is as opposed to back then. But if I had to give it a name, I would say it's the awakening process. It's an evolution of consciousness that cannot, will not, and no matter what decisions or possibilities are injected into the equation, eventually it all resolves down to us all learning the truth and becoming aware of this massive dam of lies that has been built that keep us from knowing massive volume of information that we should otherwise possess.
Okay, well that's very, very monumental to be told that from a person in your perspective, who's had your background and your exposure.
So now we know. The Great Awakening is happening. It is inevitable. I mean, we've always known, but this is amazing confirmation. But more importantly, with the calendar and with the date of December 21st, 2012 lines up to December 31st, 2019, New Year's Eve, the day before 2020, the day before everything changed, the day the plan was unfolded to try with every desperation they could muster to hold on to their control. This even more confirms with this eclipse coming on Monday that we have to be ready for battle. And that means being in our highest vibration. I made a whole video about this the other day and I pinned it at the top of my profile, so if you haven't seen that, please watch it. Okay, let's go.
All right, so I hope you were able to see all of that properly. I'm just going to go over it a little bit and explain it for those of you. Okay, so here she's showing a calendar here. You can go back into your phone to the year 1582 and you can see October 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it swaps over to 15th. So it goes from October 4th to October the 15th. Okay, this is when the Gregorian calendar kicked in. So the 4th of October, 1582 was in the Julian calendar, and then they just took 11 days out. So anyway, so she talks about that, and then the next thing...
First clip.
The next thing she's talking about... The next thing she's talking about is the Ethiopian calendar. Okay, they're 8 years behind us. Well, actually, to be frank, they're actually on the right date. And so, long story short, it seems like when the Mayans were saying, you know, the end of the world was going to be on December the 21st, 2012, it aligned to our calendar the 31st of December 2019. Okay, and did we not, the next day in 2020, the first day of 2020, did the world not change? Yes, it did. Okay, so here's a little bit more. Now, what's so interesting about this and why I'm sharing this video with you is because of this guy, okay? And I am not able to link anything at the moment because that's part of my restriction. So you're going to have to look onto TikTok, and the name of this video is, the channel is called It's Not Important 1111. It's Not Important 1111. Okay, all one word. And it's Area 51 and Project Looking Glass. Now this guy, he was a CIA person, okay, and they hired this person to basically, you know, the government, whatever, they've got this thing called Project Looking Glass. It's kind of like a time traveling, looking into the future type of thing. Yes, it's real. Okay, I don't have time to go into showing you proof of all this stuff. There's things like remote viewing. This is all legit real stuff that goes on, okay? We just have no idea the advancements of technology that these people or these entities have, okay? So basically, what they're saying in a nutshell is all the possibilities, the hundreds of possibilities of the future all convert down to one possibility. And they've done it hundreds of times over and over and over again, and that will never change. There's only one outcome, and it's the convergence of the timeline. In other words, the end of the end of the end, okay? And this guy was hired to solve this problem because the elites were like, no, we don't like the end result, because the end result means we lose all our power. It's endgame for us. Everything gets revealed, you know, blah, blah, blah. And so they hired this guy to try and solve this problem. And he's like, well, you know, I'm getting the same results as you guys. All the probabilities that have been thrown into this computer, into this looking glass, it seems to be, to me, that, this is one inevitable event that's going to happen. And then he explains at the end that he can explain what it is now better than he could back when he was asked to do this. And that is the awakening process. Okay, what's happening right now, brothers and sisters? This is so exciting. This is everything that, you guys have been going on this journey with me, where we've pretty much gone 180 from where we were, looking for the rapture and setting dates and doing all that kind of stuff. But that was such a distraction, okay? It's a total distraction. Now we're seeing, and like I've always said, even before that eclipse, I told you in my videos that, the eclipse that was coming up, that was it. That was going to be the curtain, the veil falling. And boy, did it ever fall, brothers and sisters. Now we are available to see, what the truth is, and everything that is hidden will now be revealed. And like the girl said at the beginning of the video, talking about the calendar, what happened in 2020, we're not going to say the name, but you know what happened. That was there, because like I was saying, this guy here, he said he's realising that they can't change the inevitable event, but they're going to try their damnedest to try and keep us under control long enough before this happens, okay? And this is exactly where the rapture's coming in. And, because the thing with the rapture is, I want to say this in a delicate way because I don't mean to offend anybody, but the thing with the rapture is, brothers and sisters, is it a constant chasing of a sign. Every person that sees a news article or something happen in Israel, or something happens with the stock markets, or something happens with this and with that, oh, it's a sign, it's the end, it's the rapture's going to happen. It's a constant chasing of that rabbit tail, and this is what they want. You have to come out of that, okay? You have to come out of that and start. I know this sounds so bizarre, and a year ago I couldn't imagine myself saying these things, but it is literally, you need to come up on a high vibration. And all that means, it's not la-di-da-di hippie talk. It means, when I say high vibration, I mean living in love and kindness and caring for everything, for even to like plants and trees and grass and, I'm serious, brothers and sisters. This is what the key is. This is what keeps us of a high vibration, okay? It's loving, exactly what the golden rule is, love one another as you love yourself. And you have to love yourself as well, because it's, I don't know how many more videos I'm going to do, because I need to work on myself as well. This isn't just something that you can just say, all right, well, I'm going to, live in this high vibration. It takes work. It takes inner work, inner spiritual work. And to change, for me, 43 years of programmed indoctrination of, I'm not worthy and all this other garbage, okay? That is so not true. We are precious, okay? We are so precious to the Father, and we are so valuable. We are higher than the enemy, okay? And the Father is like enormously infinity times higher and more powerful than the enemy. So why are we giving the enemy so much playtime all the time, brothers and sisters? So again, I want to stress what this guy is saying. There's an inevitable. It means there's no doubt about it that this is going to happen. This is exactly what we're seeing right now. There's an inevitable event that's going to happen, and the deletes, as she calls them, which I love that, the deletes are freaking out, and their first big push of the freak out started in 2020. Okay, they're trying to grasp at us for control, but we need to wake up from our slumber, come out of it, and start continuously projecting high vibrations of love and light towards everything. Okay, and there's a few things I want to show you that go with this, because if you guys have been following me for a few years and stuff, when I was with the rapture and everything, that I was pretty forefront and center saying that Trump was the Antichrist and all this kind of stuff. Brothers and sisters, I've been doing some deep dives and some deep searching of my soul, and asking Father to really, really, really reveal this. And it's occurred to me, and I keep getting this verse from what Jesus said. And he said, a good tree cannot produce bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot produce good fruit. It's as simple as that, black and white. Okay, and I'm researching Trump and his family like no tomorrow. I'm like, all right, I'm really going to see what this guy's about, because maybe what I have felt and what I have said and shared, that that he's the Antichrist and all this kind of stuff, and he's coming in with flatteries and all this garbage, maybe I'm wrong. And I stand here today on the 4th of June 2024 saying that I truly think that I was wrong. I think that Trump is a big key in this, is a big key in all of this, and he is kind of like the ringleader of this great awakening. Okay, and I know that may sound a little bit bizarre from how I used to speak, and there's people who don't like Trump. You're going to be like, oh, what are you talking about, woman? But just hear me out. I have recorded something and I want to play it for you. I basically recorded it on my phone recorder because I can't play YouTube because I'll get a copyright strike. But I just want you to listen to how he speaks. No other president, no other previous president has ever talked about God like Trump has. And take Obama, for example. Remember when he famously was going on about how, what kind of person would you want to be if you were following Leviticus? You'd have to stone your own kid and all this kind of stuff. Remember that? How he's mocking it? We'll just have a little listen to Trump. It's only 3 minutes, but I want you to hear this, okay? Because he's talking about God bless the USA Bible, okay? So just have a listen.
I'm proud to be partnering with my very good friend Lee Greenwood. Who doesn't love his song, God Bless the USA, in connection with promoting the God Bless the USA Bible. This Bible is the King James Version and also includes our Founding Father documents, yes, the Constitution, which I'm fighting for every single day, very hard, to keep Americans protected. Also, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance are all part of this God Bless the USA Bible, and it's very important and very important to me. I want to have a lot of people have it. You have to have it for your heart, for your soul. Many of you have never read them and don't know the liberties and rights you have as Americans and how you are being threatened to lose those rights. It's happening all the time. It's a very sad thing that's going on in our country, but we're going to get it turned around. Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country, and I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast. I think it's one of the biggest problems we have. That's why our country is going haywire. We've lost religion in our country. All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book. This Bible is a reminder that the biggest thing we have to bring back America and to make America great again is our religion. Religion is so important. It's so missing, but it's going to come back, and it's going to come back strong, just like our country is going to come back strong. In the end, we do not answer to bureaucrats in Washington. We answer to God in heaven. Christians are under siege. We must protect content that is pro-God. We love God, and we have to protect anything that is pro-God. We must defend God in the public square and not allow the media or the left-wing groups to silence, censor, or discriminate against us. We have to bring Christianity back into our lives and back into what will be again a great nation. Our founding fathers did a tremendous thing when they built America on Judeo-Christian values. Now that foundation is under attack, perhaps as never before. What can we do? Stand up, speak out, and pray that God will bless America again. I'm proud to endorse and encourage you to get this Bible. We must make America pray again. Pray, get educated, get motivated, and stand with me and the legions of Americans asking God to bless our great nation, to bring our great nation back, and to make America great again. I'm proud to partner with Lee in this offering. He's a very special man, both as a talent, but maybe even more so as a human being. He's very, very special. And I think you all should get a copy of God Bless the USA Bible now and help spread our Christian values with others. There you have it. Let's make America pray again. God bless you, and God bless the USA.
All right, like anyone can, anyone cannot deny that that is absolutely beautiful. Regardless of what I've talked about, about the Old Testament and, and Yahweh and things like this, it doesn't matter. The simple fact is, prior to, 2020, the world was a pretty decent place, Yes, there's always crime. Yes, there's always this, but you know what I'm saying? When prayer was in the schools and there was more Christian values and all this kind of stuff. Take religion. I know he says religion, so don't come in the comments and write, oh, religion, we don't need religion. I get that, okay? But the world was a much better place when we had those morals, you know what I'm saying? So the point why I showed you that and let you listen to that was because my view on Trump is, through study and research. It's not just I'm changing my mind now and just, whatever. But I do my due diligence and really study and research this because it's very hard for me to come from one camp and say, oh, Trump is the Antichrist. And now I'm like, okay, it seems to be that there's been a smear campaign from the beginning. And what I'm trying to say here, brothers and sisters, I think this all ties in together. This inevitable event that's going to happen, which is the awakening process, which we're going through right now. I truly also think while I'm remembering this right now, I'll talk about this as well. I had a download on my spirit, and there's all this talk of us going to, like, when we raise our frequency and our vibration, and we see the world as a beautiful place, and we see the kindness and the beauty in things, and we love, and the world becomes a much better place. I am testament to this because I've been changing how I speak, how I think, and even like reaffirming things in my own mind when I feel like my mind's going off on my negative tangents that I've been programmed to do. I truly believe through a download on my spirit that this is the process of where the tribulation, so to speak, will come from. I think those people that cannot get out of this world, and this is why Jesus always talks about don't be of this world, they are the ones that are going to stay on this 3D dense dimension, okay? And they are consumed by consumerism, by the things of this world. Watching the news and watching forever the fear-mongering and the next virus and what's going on in Israel and all this fear-mongering BS, okay? Those people, I truly think the book of Revelation and prophecy, I think was written for a time as this, okay? I think this is how it's going to play out. I think we've got it all wrong with the rapture and, the 7-year tribulation, all this kind of thing. how we see it today and how the preachers and the pastors have been telling us. I think it's all wrong. I think this is our job now as people who are waking up. And my job, I really feel within my heart, soul and mind, is to let you know that you need to wake up, brothers and sisters. You need to come up and raise your vibration and your frequency by living in love and light. It is truly the first and greatest commandment, okay, is to love Father with all your heart, soul and mind. And the second is to love each other. Okay, that is the two things that you only need to know. Everything else will fall under that, okay? And so it got me thinking that, again, go and check out Jetson White on YouTube. And he's got a wonderful series. And at first it sounded like this guy was a Looney Tune, because I'd seen him through the years. But now, now he's really starting to resonate with my spirit. And basically what he's saying is we're going to be broken up into 3 categories. Okay, we've got people who live on low vibration, that is like the enemy, the wicked, the intentional wicked, and those people who are intentionally evil and wicked. Then you've got the middle vibration, and they are the multitude. And these multitude will be taken to a place. They're going to be, how he describes it, and this is going to sound bizarre, but the rapture is pretty full on description too. So what Jetson says is these medium, so these are the unaware people, who are doing things and who are living within the world, but they think they're good people, but they're not intentionally being evil. Okay, this is the multitude, the majority of the people on this earth. They're going to be taken to what you would call a spaceship ark, okay? And they are basically it's going to take 3 days to go to this place. And then they're going to be set up, and they are going to be under a government that is going to reteach them and relearn, pardon me, reteach them and relearn values, the kindness, the good, and for them to be exposed to the truth and all this kind of stuff. And then once they've passed these tests or whatever it may be, maybe then they come and join the high frequency people. But so these medium frequency people, which is the majority of people on earth, are going to be taken, and I don't want to say re-educated, but will relearn and understand, how much we've been deceived, and they're going to learn how to love, kind of thing, okay? And then the high frequency people will inherit this earth, okay? Because really, I know this sounds bizarre, believe me, brothers and sisters, I know it sounds bizarre, but I have noticed this myself since I've changed the way I think and the way I speak and the way I feel and the way I believe, that this earth here, we are look at this. Jesus said himself that, you look around and you try to, let me start again. Jesus said that the kingdom of heaven is something that you cannot observe because it is within you. Okay, he wasn't being like la-di-da about that. That is legit true. And so what I'm trying to say with the high frequency people, this earth, we are effectively supposed to be calling heaven to earth. Okay, we're effectively supposed to be calling heaven to earth. And we do this by raising our frequency and our vibration, living in love, living in light, living in harmony with everything around us, treating everything with grace and respect, right down to the blades of grass and the animals and each other. And, we will change our perception and our reality. And this could only happen, brothers and sisters, with the truth of, that we are living in a if you want to call it a simulation, a matrix, okay, but something that we can change, okay, something that we can be in control of making better. Now, this is where all, the other side will say, oh, law of attraction, bring money into your life and bring this into your life. It works, brothers and sisters. And I'm not here to say, manifest lots of money into your life. There's so many more important things that you want to bring into your life than money. Pardon me. But so effectively we are going to inherit the earth, okay? But it is going to be heaven on earth, okay? And this is what is literally happening right now. I heard a perfect analogy, and it's right at this point of time, there's two train tracks running right alongside of each other, okay? And at the moment we can jump from, being in a high frequency and vibration into the middle and into the onto the other side and go back into the world. We can jump in between the two at the moment, okay? But eventually, and I'm assuming it's coming up real soon, brothers and sisters, that these tracks are going to veer off, and it's going to be harder and harder to jump across to one or the other side. You have to make these choices now, brothers and sisters. You have to make the choice to live in love and light, okay, now, right now. And you have to be present. Be present in the moment now. This is why time feels like it's speeding up. This is why, even in the Bible, in Matthew 24, it says, for the sake of the elect, the time will be shortened. Everything is so short now. Like the weeks are short, the days are short. Pardon me. So what I'm trying to get at, brothers and sisters, is we're coming to a crossroad, okay? A crossroad and a conjunction where basically there's these two tracks. One's a high vibration, one's a low vibration. You do not want to be stuck on this low vibration, living in fear, giving power to the enemy. They feed off our fear. This is why the news is there. This is why social media was made. This is why the internet was made, is to keep us constantly, and the phones, for instance. One of my favourite verses in the Bible is, wherever sin is, grace abounds more so. So you can take the internet and say, oh, look at all the evil things on the internet. Okay, but look at all the wonderful things on the internet. We're able to get anything at a moment's notice to research and look into, okay? You choose what you watch. Just swipe. If you're on TikTok, something comes up that's not aligning with your soul, that is grieving the spirit that's within you, scroll instantly. And like and repost all the wonderful things about what I'm talking about having a high frequency and living in light and all the lovely things, like them, repost them, and then eventually your whole feed will be full of the things that you need for your soul to go on this journey, okay? So, I did a big study into time travel and stuff like this, and it's been so obvious over the years. We've heard this stuff, brothers and sisters, and we've heard, look at Donald Trump, for example. So many of us realise, and we know now, that Donald Trump's uncle, I believe, I don't know if it's uncle or great-grandfather, but I'm pretty sure it's uncle. I think his name was John Trump. He worked with Nikola Tesla. Okay, they created the X-ray machine together. And we all know the wonderful works of Nikola Tesla. The 369, and he produces free energy and things like this. And this is why, the powers that be, they got to him and whatever happened to him, okay? But what I'm trying to say is, it makes sense, that Trump has this lineage in his family of knowing Nikola Tesla, and Nikola Tesla was building a time machine. And so there's so many things that have been hidden from us, but I have no doubt in my mind now, through everything that I've watched and listened to, that these things have gone on and these things do exist. Okay, so what my theory is, okay, this is a theory, but I think it's a well-backed theory, is I think that a long time ago, okay, a long, long time ago, they have this technology, the fallen angels have this technology to go into the future. I truly believe that they went into the future. They saw the time that we're living in now. They saw Trump, and they seen that he was fighting for the good, and that he was trying to uncover the secrets that have been hidden for so long. And so what they did was they made the book of Revelation. Okay, the book of Revelation, like I have shown you in many of my other videos, is a Freemasonic playbook. It's a script that they've added into the Bible, the 66th book of the Bible. I mean, look at the access and how fast the sun, or how fast the earth is supposed to be spinning, 6,666 miles an hour. You know, the earth is on a 66 axis or whatever. Okay, it's very plain and obvious. Their symbols will be their downfall. So the book of Revelation, being the 66th book in the Bible, should ring alarm bells, okay? And I've already shown you that one of their greatest patron saints is John the Divine, or John of Patmos, you know, that supposedly wrote the book of Revelation. And I'm saying to you, brothers and sisters, it is a playbook. It's a script that was put in there. Judaism and Freemasonry is the same thing. They both have menorahs. They both, anyway, I've done videos on that. I'm not going to go back into it again. What I'm saying is I believe very much that they've added prophecies into the Word of God that have made us believe that, these Antichrist people, like for instance in Daniel, where it says, the Antichrist will come in with flatteries and all this kind of stuff. And then we look to Trump and then we say, yes, this man, the world loves him. I used to say this. I said, look how much the world loves him. Look at the evangelical Christians. They love him. They almost worship him, right? I used to say this. But now I'm seeing that this was a very, very brilliant thing on the part of the evil ones, on the part of Satan, okay? I truly think and believe that they added these prophecies into the Bible to, like for instance, you read in Revelation that the spirit of prophecy is the testimony of Jesus, right? It's whatever's in the book of Revelation, I'm like very wary of, okay? So they're big on prophecy, in other words, telling the future. So I think what they've done is they've added these prophecies, in the Old Testament and the book of Revelation to smear the people that they could see in their Project Looking Glass or their fallen angel technology, where they could look into the future. And it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, okay? And this is why you've got, millions of Christians saying, Trump is the Antichrist because he's doing this and he's doing that. But like I said at the beginning of the video, a good tree cannot produce bad fruits. And now when you listen to that audio that I just played you of him talking about Christian values and bringing Christianity and, God back into the picture, we should defend God. And he mentions God, God in heaven. So he makes it very clear which God he's talking about. This is a good tree. This is a good tree. And he cannot produce bad fruit. Yes, he's done things, but we've all done things, have we not? We've all done bad things, and So that's where I'm at, brothers and sisters. I truly think what's going on right now, the awakening process, he is basically, you go back and have a look at his videos, like, in the 80s and the early 90s and stuff like this. He quite often talked about wanting to run as a president. He said he didn't want to be president, but he could see the downfall of this world, especially of America. And he said, he could fix it. He knew, he had a lot of positions in his life, like with real estate and businesses and stuff like that, that he's very good at. And he said, just make me president, I'll be able to fix all this stuff. And did he not? Did he not do those things? And, look at the whole world loved him, right? He made friends with Iran and with China and with Russia and everybody. They all loved him. And see, myself, I'm talking about now, a couple of years ago, I was like, oh, he's the beast making his covenant with the many. I mean, this is what they're doing to us, brothers and sisters. They are convicting us that these people are evil when it's plainly obvious that this guy is for a time such as this. Okay, so with that being said, so that's that video that I just played for you. Trump, religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country. This was 2 months ago from Forbes Breaking News, if you wanted to go check that out yourself. Now, what's so interesting about this is the Q clock. Okay, we'll have a look at the Q clock here. Okay, we have a countdown for 2 days, 12 hours and 43 minutes. And that will lead to the 6th of the 6th, 2024, which is 6, okay? 24, 2 plus 4 is 6, okay? So it's 666. Okay, and, you come down here and you see the picture of a cicada. Now, I had a look at this, and what blew my mind was last week I was listening to, a bunch of TikToks, and this one TikTok came across, and she was talking about how, okay, let's get this straight. It's very obvious there's UFOs, whatever you want to call them. There's other things out there, okay? Because we've been deceived to what's out there. And this is why I was saying flat earth, globe earth, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. We've been lied to about everything. It's all to make us decisive with each other, to divide each other, okay? I'm in this camp, you're in this camp. I'm right, you're wrong, blah, 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 okay? So when I talk about, let's just say the Galactic Federation, I know that sounds bizarre to a lot of people, but let's just say that, in the Word of God, does it not say that God, in the Old Testament, it says that God made the Pleiadians, Pleiadian, is it? Yeah, the Pleiadians, the 7 sisters, right? And Orion, okay, so 2 things that he mentions, Pleiades and Orion, Pleiades, that's it, and Orion. So when I say Galactic Federation, it shouldn't be too out there, okay? But basically what this Galactic Federation said was we're coming to this point now, to this, where there's 2 tracks and we're dividing and we're creating heaven on earth, and some people are going to be stuck in this dense 3D, which I think will be the people going through tribulation, okay, a great torment of their souls. But what this Galactic Federation was saying is we needed all the help that we could get, so they sent down insects and animals, okay, because insects and animals, like bees, for example, and the hummingbird, okay, they have this high vibration of the fluttering of their wings, okay. Now, this is crazy. Were we not told, brothers and sisters? Okay, so sorry, I'll back up a little bit. I'm getting excited. So they said they were going to send all these insects and birds and animals down to help raise and lift the vibration and the frequency on this earth to get us into this place faster, because they could see that we're coming to this timeline with, it's kind of a help and let's get this thing moving. And then I made the connection with, what did they say around the time of the eclipse? What did they say we were going to have a massive invasion of? Cicadas, brothers and sisters. Cicadas. And when you research cicadas, go and research it for yourself. But in many of the ancient traditions, these creatures were seen as insects of like help, because of the noise they make, the pitch they make. It literally raises vibrations and frequencies, and we had an influx, right? And anyway, so I'm like, how amazing is this, that I see this picture of cicada 3301. I'll have a look at 3301, and it is an intensely high pitch frequency. Okay, and were all these cicadas sent here to help raise the frequency? Okay, so anyway, so you see here on the 6th of the 6th, it's counting down the Q clock, okay? See what happens next. Then you go over here and you click on the little Twitter bird, which I think is now X, okay? And you go here, and this is Q the storm, okay? And you can see here, it's changed to its title page. It never used to be this, but this is Q's X page, okay? It was 06/06/24. Okay, and it comes down here. This was 19 hours ago, circle. This picture here of Los Angeles, Long Beach, Ontario. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Alert, President Trump has just sent an emergency broadcast. We have reached the darkest day of American history, the darkest day. That was on June 3rd. And down here it says, warning, this is not a test. Turn notifications on now. This is your last chance. Something big is coming on the clock. And then they've got this countdown to 6/6/24. Okay, and then there's another one here. Warning, World War III is coming. It all starts here. The trap has been set. Prepare for nuclear fallout. So, a lot of people, even, when you read the comments, people are like, oh, yeah, we've been waiting for years. You keep saying these things are going to happen. It could very well come and go, okay? But what I'm saying is everything seems to be converging right now. And, when you watch a lot of Trump's, messages and stuff like this, he loves God. He loves the people. He loves the country. And, he hates the deep state. Are these the deep things of Satan? Okay, is this whole Q psyops, what I used to think was psyops, it's been running for so many years, and as humans we get impatient and come on, let's get this show on the road. But this, we've had however long you want to think this world's gone on for 6,000 years, 10,000 years, 58,000 years, whatever it may be. This stuff needed to be done carefully, precisely, and over a long period of time to gather the right people to work under the scenes to bring all this stuff, to come to pass. This is incredibly encouraging, brothers and sisters, incredibly encouraging news. So much more better than the rapture watching thing. I used to live in so much fear with the rapture watching. I was like, oh, am I good enough? Am I going to be raptured? Am I going to hear the trumpet and go, oh, I'm left behind and everybody's taken, I'm left behind? There's so much fear with the rapture theology. This here, brothers and sisters, is beautiful. It does not go against the Father, because the Father is perfect love and perfect light, perfect harmony, perfect everything. Justice, peace, hope, faith, everything, okay? This does not go against Father. And this doesn't go against anything Jesus taught either. Always remember that, the disciples came up to Jesus and they were, having a moan and a bitch about these people, this person that was, healing people in Jesus' name. And Jesus is like, you boys are crazy. Anybody who's doing something good in my name, nothing can come bad from that. So Jesus is literally showing us we are in all different camps, different ages, males and females, black and white, from different countries. We're supposed to be working together, okay? And this is what lifts up the vibration and the frequency. And all around the world, you please believe me, try this, brothers and sisters, try. Tomorrow, you wake up, for the moment you wake up, you tell yourself, you speak, you confess with your mouth, you say, today is going to be an awesome day. I am loved. I am protected. I am a child of God in heaven. Speak with affirmity and assurity, not I want or can I please have. This is what I was talking about with prayers. We've got to stop and say, oh, Father, can I please have this? And can you please not let my kids get sick? And can you please help me financially? Ask as if you've already received. This is exactly what Jesus was telling us to do. All these people came up and said to Jesus, oh, my child is sick. Can you come and heal her? And, Jesus says, do you believe I can? And they're like, yes. And he said, well, according to your faith, so it be done to you. This is the message of the Gospels, brothers and sisters, is belief and trust and already thanking him for what's been done. Thank him in advance. Say, thank you for, financially blessing me. Thank you for giving me the health and the strength. And thank you for letting me be exactly where I need to be. And for, letting me hear exactly what I need to hear. Thank you for the food that you always provide. Thank you for letting me always have enough. And thank you for the protection of my children. And thank you for your love for me, etc., etc. Just thank you, gratitude, love, peace, harmony. I can't stress it enough, brothers and sisters. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, so, this is what I'm saying. Is I truly think that they were able to see the powers that be, the evil ones, they were able to see in the future where we are standing right now. And they're like, we're going to smear this person, we're going to smear these people and this idea. This is why, anything like meditation and, love and light and vibrations and frequency, it's all demonized, okay? It's all absolutely demonized. Same with crystals and things like this. I've always found it funny that crystals were demonized when you look in the Old Testament, and the priest used to wear a golden chest plate full of 24 gems and rubies and stuff like this. We've been lied to so much, brothers and sisters. We've been lied to so much. And I'm just here. This is truly what I believe I was born to do, was to help you along this process from coming out of that religious ideology to this truth, this beautiful truth, this inner truth of love and light, and just trusting the process and knowing that good things are going to happen, not fearful and all this rubbish that they're trying to throw on us and trap us in the web and of this state of confusion all the time. We're here, brothers and sisters, and we are the most blessed generation. We are about to witness something so beautiful and so fantastic, and you want to be a part of it. You want to get on the high vibration train, because it's going to be veering off very soon, brothers and sisters, and you want to be on this new earth. You want to bring heaven down to this earth. And, I saw this TikTok the other day. I don't think I put it in my emails, otherwise I'd share it with you. But there is technology now, like with these med beds and things that we thought was so demonic. I myself said that these things are demonic, but it's like the mud has been washed off my eyes, and I'm like, are you kidding me? These things are incredible, though, that with frequency and with sound and cymatics, they're able to heal our body. And in this article it says that they have found the secret to possibly giving a person up to 1,500 years minimum of life. 1,500 years of life minimum. Now, imagine, brothers and sisters, imagine being healed, healthy, vibrant, happy, loving, kind, and then having another, 1,500 years to live and enjoy the earth. Why are we not allowed? Why have we been demonized to this belief? Is beyond me. But now the chain's been broken, the veil has fallen. I'm telling you, this is so exciting. You need to get excited. You need to be in joy. You need to be in love. You need to feel. Okay, this is another thing I want to stress with you, brothers and sisters. It's not just a matter of just saying these things. What made me really understand, because I was watching, because of the things that I watch now, this whole manifestation of money comes through. But I learnt a very valuable lesson in this one video where he was explaining, don't just say, I want money to come into my life. Because he was explaining that the word I want is what the universe, okay, the earth, the ether, whatever you want to call it, is what the universe will pick up on, is the want. You want, okay? And so what is it going to do? The universe is going to give you more of the wanting. So you have to say, I am rich. Okay, this is the I am thing is unbelievable, brothers and sisters. I heard this one thing where it says every morning, as soon as you rise, and let's not say good morning anymore. The English language is there to trick us. Morning is morning over death. So we don't say good morning anymore. We say good rising. Okay, good rising. Okay, so when you rise in the morning, you say, I am what I am, and I am good enough. And then you say that 3 times. I am what I am, and I'm good enough. I am what I am, and I'm good enough. And then you say that before you sleep at night. And it is amazing, the freeing, the freedom and the unlocking of chains that has taken off my body by saying that. Okay? I am what I am, and I'm good enough. Because we've always under the pump all the time that we're not good enough, that we should be doing this, we should be doing that. But whatever we're doing right now is exactly what we're meant to be doing, brothers and sisters. Exactly right at this point of time, at this moment. You are perfect the way you are. You're on the right point of your journey. Everything is the way it should be. Okay? But what this gentleman was explaining with money, instead of saying, I want money, he's saying, I am rich. I have an abundant flow of money into my life. And then he says to close your eyes and to feel. Okay, this is so important. You must feel that you are rich. Okay, if you want to manifest this money. I'm just using this as an example now. Okay, so in other words, you close your eyes and you see your bank account, you put in the card into the ATM and, $100,000 comes up into your account, or, you see yourself walking along the ocean, you feel the sand between your toes, you hear the waves crashing gently, you hear the wind of the palm trees, all this type of stuff, and you immerse yourself in the thought and the feelings of it, and that is a game changer, okay? That is a game changer. And, this is what it means to be fully happy, fully at peace, fully at love, to know that you can now create heaven on earth. Like Jesus said, heaven, the kingdom of heaven is within you. And what did he come to preach? You read this over and over and over again. Jesus said, I've come to preach the kingdom of heaven. And then he verifies that by saying, the kingdom of heaven is something you do not observe, but it is within you. And also Jesus said, the eyes are the window to the soul. Let your eyes be single. What do you think that's talking about? That's talking about the pineal gland, the inner eye, the one where you close your eyes and you see and you feel all these beautiful things. It's not a bad thing. It's not demonic, brothers and sisters. We have to awaken out of this trap that they've put us in. We are allowed to create this. We are allowed to have this in our life. We are valuable. We are precious. We are worthy of these things. Okay? Father God we've got to stop putting him in a box and saying, oh, thunder and lightning and we're all filthy rags. That's not at all the truth. Okay, that is not at all the truth. That is for the Old Testament, Yahweh and how he dealt with things. But Yahweh is not our Father in heaven. Our Father in heaven speaks of our minds cannot even possibly fathom what's in store for us, all of our heart's desires. Think about that for a second, brothers and sisters. He wants you to have abundance in everything, in every joy, in every moment of goodness. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just quickly go through this, but I think I want to just leave this video on that note. Okay, so again, in a nutshell, I think that what the elites have done, the fallen angels have done, the entities have done, is they've seen into the future. They've seen where we are now, and they have gone, crap. There is only one inevitable event, and that is everybody's going to wake up. And it even says this in the scriptures. You know, it even says that nothing that is hidden shall not be revealed. It says that the books are going to be opened and knowledge will increase. It literally tells you about the time that we're living in. And we shouldn't demonize it, brothers and sisters. But we should come out of that old religious doctrine, indoctrination of, you know, the rapture and the watching for the signs. Jesus said there will be no signs. Okay, there will be no signs. And you know, he did talk about the you know, the sun going, the sun becoming dark, and the moon not giving her light. And yeah, we had that. Okay, that was that solar eclipse. This is the beginning of the end, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, the veil is dropped from that solar eclipse, and we're coming to the final moments. How long this process will be, I don't know, but this is your preparation time now. Not physical preparation, spiritual preparation. Okay, love preparation, joy preparation, harmony preparation, focusing on kindness and good, meditating, brothers and sisters, getting out onto the ground, on the grass, taking your shoes and socks off and grounding onto the earth. Okay, I know these sound like all hippie practices, but research them for yourself. We are an electric being. Okay, we are electric, we're magnetic. We need to supply the right foundations into our body. Okay, the whole carbon, we are what we are. Doesn't matter anymore who created us. What matters right now is that we are being freed from the trap that we're in. Okay, but my biggest thing still, as I'm wrestling with, is the food. And it's so funny because I have this in my spirit and in my mind talking to me that you wait, girl, once you get this food under control, once you start eating living, raw, fresh food, you're going to be blown out of this world from understanding. And I don't know whether I'm like subconsciously scared of that, because I know that that's what's going to happen as soon as I change my diet, because that's the only thing that's stopping, like not stopping me, but hindering me from raising really high, okay, because my thought process and everything like that is really good. I'm really happy with my progress in that. But I've just got this struggle from the desires of the flesh still of this world with food, okay, and I'm trying to work through that. So if I can ask anything of you, my beautiful brothers and sisters, is that you please put me in your thoughts, and when you talk to Father, and just thank him for giving me the strength, okay. Thank you. Please just say thank you for giving Rebecca the strength to overcome this last hurdle, to be in control of the food. I would really appreciate it if you could do that for me, because I know if, wherever 2 or 3 are that ask, so yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you could do that for me. And I keep all of you in my thoughts, and in my heart and in my spirit, and I talk to Father all the time about my beautiful brothers and sisters, and thank him for abundantly blessing you all. So I hope this video has blessed you, brothers and sisters. And just a quick other thing. So how I was talking about the Galactic Federation before. I literally typed into DuckDuckGo, Trump is from the Galactic Federation, okay? And look at all these things that come up here. This is literally from NBC News. Former Israeli space chief says aliens exist and Trump knows about it. A galactic federation has been waiting for humans to reach a stage where we will understand. Pardon me. Aliens exist and have dealt with Donald Trump. And it says here, Trump was on the verge of revealing, but aliens in the Galactic Federation are saying, wait, let people calm down first. This was from standard.co.uk, Newsweek. Donald Trump has information about alien life and almost revealed it, only demurring after intervention by the Galactic Federation. Like, these are all huge. Like Yahoo.com has been in contact with extraterrestrials from Galactic Federation. You know what I'm saying? The truth is out there. And I have always thought, and I have seen years and years ago, about Melania Trump, okay, that she comes, I know she's supposed to come from Sylvania, wherever that is, but I've seen years and years ago that there was coins, and it was said that she came from another world from us. And I remember seeing the coins that they used on her planet or wherever she was from, and they had alien ships and aliens on their coins instead of what we have, like the Queen and that. And I always remember that, and when you look at her, she looks like an alien. But you know what? This could be another thing. Maybe they're here to help us, brothers and sisters. But what do the powers that be do? They tell us that these people, these aliens or whatever, are evil and they're fallen angels. But what if they're not? What if they're from different places in this, galaxy, world, whatever, and I know people are going to say, oh, it's a flat earth, there's no such thing as space. But how do we know that, brothers and sisters? How do we know that? This whole flat earth thing could be a complete lie too. Now, don't come at me, because I'm just saying to you, brothers and sisters, is the whole point of the elites and the evil ones is to make us divided with each other. We're in camp A or camp B. And, I'm right, you're wrong. But what if, just what if, there is other places out there in the galaxies, in the, in the space, whatever, and they're rooting for us. They're like, okay, what can we do to help them? Okay, they're watching this go down, because effectively Satan's work with his fallen angels and all this kind of stuff needs to be witnessed, so that the whole entire galaxy or universe, whatever exists, can be witness to this, to know what evil can do to existence. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with you, brothers and sisters. I'm just taking you along with my journey, with my research and my thoughts and theories, okay? So don't get too offended if you don't believe what I believe, because that's none of my business. You do you. I'm just sharing with you how I feel, how I see, and what's laid on my spirit. So, you know, a lot of people are going to say I've gone, you know, I'm a complete heretic now, whatever. That's fine. I still love you. I'm still going to continue on this path because I feel the most peace I ever have in my entire life where I'm at now. And I hope with all my heart, soul, and mind that you can have, I can resonate some of the peace and harmony that I have through the screen into your life, and you can see what I'm seeing. So I love you, brothers and sisters. And what's this one here? Slovenia. There was something interesting here in Slovenia. This is where Melania lives. Where did I see this? It must be right at the top. There's something about so there's evidence of a human habitation from around 250,000 years ago. Where is this? Where was it? It's a picture of a human skull, and they were saying Slovenia has the oldest new modern human bone, like a skull. So they were like this new form of humans. I can't remember where I've seen it, but if you go to Wikipedia and have a look at Slovenia and just read down yourself, I don't know where it was because it's a lot. But basically they were saying that there was the most modern, even though they're saying, you know, that was 200 or 300,000 years ago, but it was the new, like the modern human skull, or, you know, the way we're sort of made was in Slovenia. That's where it happened first. But anyway, I will leave you with that, brothers and sisters. I hope this video has blessed you. I hope Father blesses you. I hope the Son blesses you. I love you so very much, and I hope this resonates with you. And please continue to share and email and anything that you feel significance. To those of you who write emails to me and ask me a million questions, I've already addressed this before. I just don't have the time. I just don't have the time, brothers and sisters, to answer so many questions because, you know, studying and doing what I do is literally a full-time job. It is literally what I do. As soon as I drop my kids off in the morning, I come back, do whatever I need to do for the housework and things like this, and then I'm straight on to reading the Bible, reading, you know, jumping on here, researching, trying to put things together. It's not only something that I feel is my job and duty to do, but it's my passion. I absolutely love it. So I just don't have the time to respond to things. And if I can just be frank with you, research it and look into it for yourself, brothers and sisters. It's the only way. I can't, you know, don't take my word for anything. Do the work for yourselves as well. And I'm not saying don't ask me questions or things like this. I'm just talking about people who ask me 1,000 questions. It's in one email. It's very hard for me to put that time aside and answer each one of them. Okay, because I'm a baby at this as much as you are. Okay, I'm learning as much as you are. But anyway, I love you again. I hope this video blesses you, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. One thing I want you to do for me, brothers and sisters, because if I get banned again, it's going to be a 2-week ban for me. And then if I get banned a third time, that'll be it. It's my whole YouTube will be taken down, right? Okay, there's this site here, Odysee. Okay, please, please, please. I'm going to sign in so I can show you. Please, please, please go and get an account here on Odysee, because everything that I upload on YouTube automatically gets uploaded onto this Odysee account. Okay, which is absolutely awesome, and there's no like censorship here. So if I go to my channel page, okay, all my videos will be here, all of them. Please, and I'm under Rebecca B, same profile photo, okay. But yeah, so if you notice a long absence from me again, I've been banned. I can't help that. It's the way the world is at the moment. It is what it is. But yeah, so if you can please do that, go over to Odysee, ODYSEE.com, and look for Rebecca B. Okay, and that's that photo there. So every time I upload here on YouTube, it'll go over and duplicate on this website here. So you know where, in case I do get banned for 2 weeks, I'll make a video and upload it on here. And also, I have another YouTube account. Switch accounts. It is... Oh, I haven't got it written here. Hang on.
I'm proud to be...
Yeah, anyway. I don't know where it is at the moment. I do have another account here. I'm pretty sure it's called Rebecca B as well. But anyway, just go to the Odysee one. Okay, so that's where I'll be if you see a long absence from me again. But I put it in Father's hands, and I thank him for allowing my channel to stay open and to be shared, and to have people's eyes open to this truth, what I believe is truth. So I love you very much. May Father bless you, may the Son bless you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.